So, this live cannot be as long as I would like, but I am here. I want to talk to you, as I always do, about the higher self. What is the higher self? What is it that we're not understanding? What is it that we don't see? Or what is it that we may or may not understand? So, first and foremost, I'm going to do this topic and then I'm going to move into a collective read as I've done before in the past, and it seems to go well. So, the higher self ultimately is you. The higher awareness that you have in your day to day, in your life decisions, and where you're taking your life from moment to moment in your world. Now, a lot of you can relate to this. I know a lot of you sit back sometimes when certain situations play out, relationships fail, let's say jobs fall through, etc. And we obviously say the same thing all the time. The same thing we we say across the world is, why didn't I listen to myself? Why didn't I listen to myself? Why didn't I listen to myself? Now, if you sit there and you actually think about what you're saying, who's myself? Who is that I should have listened to? What is it that I don't understand? What is the difference between that intellect, that kind of guidance, and my everyday day to day? We obviously realize that this is our internal self. It's not the one that's stressing out about the 3D. It's the one that oversees the 3D. It's the one that oversees you. It's the one that's giving you guidance for the future or for where your path is headed, or for your pitfalls, or for your leg ups. It is the one that is there constantly. It's there to give you assistance, to give you guidance, and it is ultimately you. Not the you, not the me that's in front of me, the higher me, the larger me, the oversoul me, the one that is watching this procession, the eyes behind the eyes. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, like some of us believe like it's a higher in terms of altitude. And I'm not to say that it may not be, okay? What I can say is that it's higher conscience, meaning that it comes from a place of higher reality. It comes from a place of higher understanding. It comes from a place of higher emotional value. So when we sit there and say to ourselves when things fall through, I should have listened to myself. What you're really saying is, I should have listened to my higher intuition. I should have listened to my higher self. That's this big disconnect that people don't seem to put together. They think that it's like a, they think that it's not something that they understand. When we make these trip ups happen and we say to ourselves, I should have listened to myself, why is it okay for us to blurt that out? Why is that okay then? Why is it that we understand it then? When we say, oh shit, I should have listened to that. Why didn't I listen to myself? Wow, how many times am I going to go through this? I should have listened to myself. The myself in context is you. How do we tap into this you, this ultimate you, this higher you? Ultimately, it's from listening to the words that I'm saying and saying to myself for the first time ever, I get it. I believe it. And when you believe that this is what's truly taking place, that the conversation, the internal conversation you're having is with a higher consciousness version of you, meaning the one that watches over you, it is still you, still trying to help you out, still trying to do all the things. Hey, Sahal, Safai, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. How's it going? Jump in, ask questions. Let me know what you guys think or feel. But realistically, this is what I'm all about. I'm about connecting people to their higher consciousness. Why? Because my gift, what I do as a person, as a job, as a profession, is I use people's names and I connect to their higher consciousness. I can do this around the world. I can do this with any person, and I have been doing this for years now. And realistically, all I'm tapping into is your bubble, your, let's say, your cloud of consciousness. And that stream gets fed to me by my gift. And I'm able to hear, feel, see the things that you go through. And what I do is I channel that and I create a form of therapy with it. It helps people feel validated. It helps people find clarity. And it basically helps people believe in that conscious thought that I have a higher self, that they are not alone, that it's with them everywhere they go. And that's truly what I'm here to do. I'm not here to sell people on anything. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't. You know what I mean? I have all my links. That's up to you. That's up to anybody, right? But realistically, if this is something that's been bothering you, if you're like, hey, the king, if this is something that's been bothering you, or you're somebody who's been challenged with this, or you're somebody who wants to know more, what I can say, just being by yourself, forgetting about listening to anyone else, is that when you have this dialogue inside, it usually happens when you're perplexed about a certain situation, a person, a place, or a thing. Usually, most of us have these issues when we're dealing with horrible people at work, horrible people in relationships, bad friends, etc. It's easier to kind of figure this out when we're in that situation. Hey, Sandra, what's up? Because the thing is that when our soul's in a dilemma, we're asking out a lot more. We're asking questions a lot more, right? Like if when we're in a good place, we're not asking so many questions, right? It's when we're not in the best place that we ask questions. You'll have Israel. Hi. You just subscribed. Thank you, King. That's awesome. So what I'm trying to make people understand is that when you are not in your best, that's when you ask those questions out. You're like, what do I do? Where do I go? Is this the best path for me? Is this what I should be doing? You will resoundingly always get a conversation, right? You get an answer back. Now, please understand, and I talked about this in all my videos. If the answer back is not a nudge, if it's not a soft representation of a path suggestion, and it's more direct and like, do this, you're not talking to your higher self. Your higher self will just pose back a question. Your higher self will say something along the lines like, what do you think is the best course of action? Are you happy in the situation you're in? All the higher self wants to do is make you answer questions that lead you to a yes or no answer. That's it. And when you're in those troubled times, right, and you're like, I don't know which way to go, I don't know what to do, it's like the higher self will ask you, like, what about this situation makes you not feel like you know what to do? And then you have to answer it. You'll be like, well, I don't like that I'm getting pushed around. I don't like. So it leads you to understand why the situation doesn't work for you. Now, that's only one part of it. Getting that answer and knowing what to do is one thing. Following through with it is the next thing. Thank you. Thanks, King. Following through is like the hardest part of the higher self journey, of the higher consciousness connection. Okay. I really hope you get that looked at, bro. Get some Peptol. I don't know what you guys have where you're at, but get your stomach helped out. I appreciate Ty Hughes. But when you have to do something or act, that's the big problem. The action is more, I would say it's a 70-30 split. Listening, adopting, understanding is 30%. 70 is following along. So let's say, for example, if your higher discussion or what you're dealing with, right, has to do with your work or has to do with a friendship group or has to do with a partner. When you realize that this is not the best thing for you, the action part is to break away, change suit, go a different direction. That's hard. Most people are like, oh my God, how do I do this? But a higher consciousness would not be telling you or helping you or guiding you unless there was a plan of action out. Okay? Like they're not trying to bring you to a cliff so you can fall off of it. It's never going to happen. The higher self, once it makes sure, which is you again, this is you, your higher you, that makes you understand that you are connected to this understanding, then it devises some type of path or some type of realistic way out. It's on you to follow that way out. It's the breadcrumbs to get onto the yellow brick road. If you choose not to follow that, then you stay in the same timeline, the same decision path, the same place that you're at. And I can honestly say that this is what is the most difficult with dealing with spirituality and higher consciousness and all that stuff. Because we as human beings, we have our lives. We have our friends. We have our families. We have our pets. We have all these things to consider. Our children, when we make these bigger decisions. But the thing is that trust, that belief, that we have to find in our higher self, which is you. If you can't trust you, who can you trust? You know what I'm saying? If you can't trust you, who in this world can you trust? And when you start to realize that it's the larger, like the higher version of you that just wants the best for you, just wants the best, just wants you to be happy, wants you to live melancholy, you start to realize that that's actually helping you out. That if you can help yourself out, right, then realistically, you're going to follow it if you know it's the best thing for you. So people wouldn't shut up ever if they're on their own live. They would just tell people to beat it. That's what I would do if I was the best thing for me, right? So it's the same idea. You don't knuckle under, you don't get small. You tell people to beat it. That's what you do. But realistically, this is what the higher self is. This is what the higher consciousness is. If you don't have questions about what I'm talking about, like I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. Hit the bricks. If you're somebody that wants to know about the consciousness, wants to know about higher self, by all means, ask me any question you like that pertains. I don't give a shit about diarrhea. I don't give a shit about problems that have nothing to do with this. I'm here to help people, not to hinder them, not to waste anyone's time. I honestly want people to get their own connection, and that's what I pretty much do every day, all day. I subscribe to sessions. I help people with coaching. I help people connect so that they don't need someone like me anymore. They connect and then they run with their own path and their own procession. And that's basically what it is. So if you guys don't have any further questions, I was thinking of doing like a live read. As you guys know, I'll channel some messages for whoever's still on here. If you guys are about that, I'm up for that. If you want to know more questions or more answers about the higher self, feel free. Your time is valuable. I understand. Please put those questions in the chat. But if not, I will just start to channel anything that I start to get. I do like basically it's for people that come onto the live. I don't know who I'm going to be facing. I don't know what's going to come through. So whoever comes through or what scenario comes through, it's usually to do with somebody, or it could be a message to help you with the situation that you're dealing with. Okay. So I don't really generalize. I don't really know or like script this or anything like that. So but I do want to see the first thing that's coming through. I got a grandma. Grandmas are the best, aren't they? Short hair. She's showing me that she's clutching her chest, meaning like she just passed, I believe, from a heart attack. May might be her name or when she passed. Heart attack, stroke. She did a lot of bead work. Like if you don't know what bead work is, it's when somebody like sews with beads. Her husband died before she passed on, and I have a feeling that this grandma died by herself in her home. Sorry that this is so morbid, but this is the first message that I have to put through. She has 7 grandchildren. 3 are in her area. The other 4, like if this was the States. No, I get a feeling this is Europe. It's like if let's say for example, I live in Poland, my other kids, my other grandchildren live in Europe, but they don't live with me in Poland. I don't know why I'm getting pulled to Poland, but that's basically, or her descendancy is Polish. But it's like she's basically showing me that she has grandchildren, 7 grandchildren, 3 that live in her area or in her state, whatever the case or country, and the other 4 do not. So for all I know, one of the children, or let's say a relative of this woman, I heard the name Patricia. Not Patricia, Patricia. So I get the feeling she's got an accent. Why is the message coming through? Like basically why I'm getting this is because I feel like if there is a grandchild that shows up on the feed, she wants them to know that even though she died alone, she has no remorse or ill will. And all things were tied together. We're tied up. Like nothing, no loose ends were left unsaid. That's what I'm getting from this woman. She wants to take up most of the time, but I got to move her on to the next scenario. Okay, there's a guy coming through. This is the next person. It's a guy. And the first one was deceased. Not everybody's going to be deceased. The person I'm tapping into right now is a guy who's alive. I kept getting the name Jimmy or Jim. Jimbo, Jimmy. I think he's about to get married. Young, I'd say he's about 27. So all I keep feeling is like he wants to tell his wife that about a lie or about, and this lie is pretty big. It's like a false identity, or it's like as if like fake life, or it's like as if like let's say for example you marry somebody and all they think is like a certain way about your existence, but it's really like, let's say for example you told them you had a family but you were really adopted. It's something like that. It's like as if this person is reaching out, or this could be the wife that's hearing this about her husband. It's something like that. Maybe this is like from the subconscious. It's like he's ashamed, but really it's more of his own shame. Like most people wouldn't hold this on him. It's like, let's say if for example he was in jail for like a year and he cleared his name and he got a good job after the fact. It's like he did his time. It's like, but he holds shame. So it's like as if like I'm seeing somebody who doesn't know how to tell his wife, his spouse, and this can be generalized. This can be like, I just want to put it out there, why it gets shown by spirit like certain situations. It could have to do with a message that it needs to be passed regardless. Or let's say there's somebody who's in this situation right now and they don't know how to deal with it. Realistically, what I'm seeing is that the shame that you carry, or the shame that this person carries, is a lot bigger than it really needs to be or should be seen as, because it looks like the person's not tapping into their own worth, because it's like as if they don't feel anyone will love them if they know about this past. And like, let's say if it was the adopting thing or something to do with jail or a shadier past, maybe thievery, something like that. It's kind of like this person, you need to like let go of the burdens, because it's like you can't walk into this marriage with this on you, because it'll carry through the marriage. It'll break things down in the marriage or the relationship. But why I was being shown was a marriage was like somebody in a tux, or it's either that or going to prom, but the person looks older than prom. So I'm going to say that it's like a serious endeavor with marriage. It's like this will carry with you and break down the relationship. So if you are somebody that needs to say something in regards to their own shame, it's like this is a message to you to know that this is not the end all be all. And it's like it's more clarifying. And it's actually going to uplift you, because once you realize that the people don't stop loving you for this shameful thing that you think is shameful, but it really is not as bad as you think. It's like you're going to breathe easy and you're going to feel so much more love and so much better about yourself. So it's something about like a leap of faith that you need to take in order for yourself and to follow through in this marriage more unified, more flawlessly, and be more honest with your spouse, because they deserve it. That's the feeling I get, is that they deserve it. It's like you feel like you owe it to this person, not because you're a bad person, just because you love them so much. Okay, so that's it for this gentleman. I'm going to move on to the next message. I got Carrie, Kari. This is someone who's struggling with, this is a woman who's struggling with childhood trauma, because I see an older woman, but then it's like I'm seeing a little girl with like pigtails. So I don't know if you have a daughter that looks a lot like you when you were a kid, and maybe your daughter is going through similar childhood trauma that you faced. It could be bullying, it could be let's say familial style, but it's like as if track running. I got track running. So maybe your kid or you had some type of fall. Okay, I'm being brought to this. There's somebody in the collective, a woman, who may have been a track star in their younger years and maybe didn't follow through or didn't get to the places they wanted to. And in a sense, carries that burden and like kind of self depreciates and self sabotages because they never received accolades. Ooh, yeah, this person's really hurting themselves right now. And I don't mean it just in a physical way. This could be with vices. Carrie Kari. And it's weird because I keep seeing that Underwood woman, you know, the singer, and maybe it's Carrie Underwood, but I'm not saying that this is Carrie Underwood's message. But it's like as if this person maybe saw themselves like her or looks a lot like her, like the blonde, long hair, like dirty blonde, very beautiful woman, but maybe has been taken away by drugs and alcohol a little bit because of this low self-esteem that was brought on from their childhood about not being the track star or and this is catching up to them, meaning in like let's say they're getting to an age of like their late 30s or mid 30s, and it's like if they don't bite this or they don't cut this or they don't change this part of themselves, they're going to go down a road that they can't come back from. It's like put it this way, like it's different when you're partying in your 20s and whatnot and you're doing drugs and drinking. That's one thing, but this person seems like the childhood trauma has got them entrapped in their 30s because it's like that's what's keeping that going, those vices going. And this is a message to you, like basically if you've been asking out to the universe, like maybe you need this message because this is like, if you see this, whoever you are, Carrie Kari, it's like as if like if this is happening and you see this was meant for you. And then at the same time, like this is your message to like snap out of it, and you can always go a different direction and heal this part of your childhood, because it has to do with you feeling like there's no point in life without being this amazing person you were meant to be, but you don't realize that what you're doing is actually hurting you, in the sense that this will be who you are for a big remainder of your life, like meaning like may not have the family, you may not have good connections because you keep sticking to your vices. So if this message is for you, yeah, and I noticed I was seeing little glimpses of thievery, like as if like you've already hit a patch where like things aren't going well and you're already starting to steal for your situation, like be it for rent, be it for food, be it for so it's like you're already stealing. It's like everything's kind of showing you like this is going down a bad trajectory and you're not willing to give up, but it's because you feel so sad and worthless due to what happened with the track star situation. Like I feel like you were meant to maybe go to nationals or like Olympic style, and like when that all fell, it's like a blown knee or something like that took you down, and then it's like you don't feel worthy of living a decent life. I mean, there would be a lot to unpack with this situation, and I don't have time for all that, and I'm sorry if you are seeing this, Carrie Kari. You can always message me, feel free via email, but it's like this message has to hit you because it's like you're at this precipice point that if you don't take, it's like if you have these two paths, you need to like really bite the bullet and take the other path, because it's like as if like you're on the brink, and once you kind of click in to repeatedly creating that pattern, it's going to be really really hard to get out, or way harder to get out in the future. So that's the only message I have for her. She is a like a white woman, blonde hair, like I said, very pretty. I'd say in her late 20s. Next, we're moving, and I'm sorry that I give like racial profiles. It's just so that people can see what I'm seeing in my view. The next woman I'm being shown, she's a Latina, long black hair, short. I see she's like 5'1", whereas Carrie, the woman before, I'd say is about 5'7". Um, this woman's 5'1". She's a cleaner slash nurse, or she's going to school for nursing. Well, that's good news. Oh my gosh. Amarita. I got the name Amarita. Please know that names may not, it could be generalized. But if you are a cleaner slash nursing student, and I feel like you're a mother of a boy, little boy, probably 7, 8 years old, like shaggy hair, black, same as you, you are going to be walking into some money. Like, I see somebody who takes the bus every day, hustles hard, like works as a cleaner to pay for school. And I'm saying as an older adult, like maybe in your 30s, like you've had your son and you're a single mom and you're going to school and you're almost done. But for some reason, I'm seeing that you may actually get like lucky, like a lottery or something like this. And if this is you, Amarita, please holler at your girl. She's in California. Yeah, because I keep hearing California knows how to party. I keep hearing that. So I'm imagining this woman's in California. Yeah, it's like one of those lotteries with the balls, you know, and they're like quick pick on the TV screen, and or it could be bingo. It's one of those. It's something where the balls, you know, with the numbers on pop up. It's something like that. So if this is you, Amarita, and you're getting this and somebody invites you to go play bingo or the lottery, please do, because it looks like, and the school, like you're almost in your nursing and you're paying your own tuition and stuff too. That's what's really difficult about this. Yeah, CNU. Okay, well, that's your message. I don't know if I have any more time. Let me see. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta get going, guys. I do appreciate everyone who was on throughout here, especially for those that did join up. I'm gonna do some more videos and more lives. I just have to go run and grab my son. He's at camp. I am here in Toronto, Canada. We have had some horrific forest fires, so I haven't even been able to be outside. So if you guys have any suggestions about how I should do these group meetings or these group channelings, or if you want to see me channel other beings, or even if like we can start up a community where I start to give out live free readings, I'm down for that too. Or even at the same time, it's like maybe I'll do a contest where somebody, you guys like put, but the thing is with what I do, I need a real name, so it can't be your cover your cover name here. But maybe that's something we could do as a community. I can start to see if people are interested in doing some type of draw for the higher self channeling readings that I provide. And that way, and I won't do it live unless you want to, and then everyone can see what's going on. But if not, I do want to wish you guys all a just scared to I am a kid. Banda. Well, Banda, I'm sorry I didn't see your message right away. And as for your question, the king, how do you react crazy when someone is bullying because of a condition happen? I need to know how you react to it. Well, put it this way. I don't know if you're still here, the king. I'm going to answer this question. I myself, I still struggle with a condition called psoriasis. I am a lot older, but when I was younger, I used to get bullied a lot because of my condition. And I can honestly say that it was hard because as you know, you want to wear certain clothes or whatever, you couldn't. But that was a lot in my own head. If you're bullied for a certain condition, really that says a lot about the people that are bullying you. Okay, first and foremost, because like in my case with the skin condition, I think it was mainly the people bullied me because they didn't understand the condition and they didn't understand me. And it wasn't until like Cyndi Lauper started talking about psoriasis that people actually like cared. But if this is a physical impediment or if this is a physical situation that somebody's bothering you with or bullying you for, you have to understand that this person, hey, that this person or these people find you to be a threat of some sort, and this is all they can pick on you for. Because realistically, like if they're going out of their way to pick on somebody for their impediment or their condition, or in my case, for my skin, I noticed it was usually women that did this, and it was usually because I guess there was a form of jealousy attached to it, or it's like if I don't know what you're dealing with, but bullies tend to just do things because they're usually attacking you for some other reason. Like let's say for example you're extremely smart, right? But then it's like you might, let's say, not have the capabilities with your legs. Let's say you're in a wheelchair or you use crutches or something like that. But you're highly smart or smart ass or something like that. People will always attack the legs because they can't attack the mind. They can't attack you for what you're truly genuinely smart with. Usually if they do, they'll call you certain names attached to that. Like let's say for example, if you're really highly smart, they'll say like, "Oh, you're a nerd." But realistically, it's like the only reason they're doing this is because you're threatening them in some way. They're usually projecting what their smallness is. It's like, for example, like with me, I think a lot of the girls that did that use that as a target because maybe they thought I was pretty. They didn't really get to know the inner me. They didn't know what was really hurting me. All they saw was a girl who was pretty that was threatening, who was smart, who was capable, and they decided to attack the one thing that they knew would hurt me. So usually that's how kids roll, that's how even adults roll. And most of the time when they're attacking an impediment or some type of issue that you have, it's because they know you're sensitive to it. And realistically, the reaction that anyone should have is that of one of not being phased. That's number one. One of no retaliation to say, like, I personally, my favorite is I feel sorry for you. Is that all you've got? Is that the best you have? I feel sorry for you. Because you truly should feel sorry for people that pick on people with impediments or disability. We're not in a stage of evolution of soul, of self, that we should even be picking on people, because realistically, I am you and you are me, and we are all reflections. I didn't guess it, but thank you. I that's what I got from. But anywho, they're probably very worried. You know what I'm saying? It's like something about you outside of what your impediment is threatens them, and they know usually they tend to not be very strong individuals in terms of their core essence of their personality is weak. They themselves are probably not that smart. They themselves envy you because even though you're in their situation, you're still better than them somehow. So please know, King, that it's not a reflection of you, it's them. And to act as if, I know it hurts, but the more you make it seem like it doesn't, it's like water off of a duck's back, the more they'll leave you alone. And the more, like, I would even say what I used to do too was encourage and grab others around to shame them too. If there's another guy or girl, I would just raise my voice and be like, "Are you making fun of my wheelchair? That's pathetic." Like I would make more of a scene, because realistically, if we hide in our turtle shells and we start to get small, they feed off of that fear. They really do. So in a sense, you have to muster all the courage you have inside. And because you know what? Going through your life is not easy, I imagine, King. It probably takes a lot of big toll. You got to be tough, you got to be strong, and you got to figure out that whatever that is inside of you, that will that you have to do what you do every day and live that life, that's the will and courage you need to take with you when you deal with bullies. Okay, it's like if you can think back to all the times that you suffered or you went through tragedy or you went through a hard time with your situation, you have to kind of harness that and think about that time and then channel that into your responses to bullies. because realistically it's like they don't have an iota or a clue about what you go through. They don't have a faintest idea of what it's like to be strong or have will, or to be let's say to conquer things that they will never have to face. So in a sense, you have to do one of these. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a pat on the back and say, I am strong, I have will, I can do things that people cannot do. And that strength has to translate when you deal with them. So that's the thing. It's like we always try to make ourselves small when we feel like we're smaller than or less than, but really it's the opposite. None of them could probably deal with what you deal with. And that's the truth. Okay? And don't ever forget that your level of strength and your level of capability to continue on is actually way higher and better than anything they could probably offer the outside world. So it's coming from a place of nobility and strength and understanding that they cannot take anything away from you that you haven't willingly given them. Okay? So I hope that helps. I will catch you guys next time. I love these talks. Thank you so much for you guys chiming in, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.